Hey guys, Jasper here. Welcome and welcome to today's video. Hey, today's video is all about gear and more precisely, the gear I'm taking on my Appalachian Trail through hike attempt 2022. Wow, cold outside. You can probably see lots of snow on the trees. There's snow everywhere. Living in Ontario, snow is something we're very accustomed to. It's about, minus 12 degrees Celsius. That's probably, I don't know if that's maybe 16 degrees Fahrenheit, something like that. But it's cold outside. Okay, without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, I plan on starting my Appalachian Trail through hike at the Visitor Center. I do plan on doing the approach trail, and my start date is February the 24th. So I know it's going to be cold. I know I'm going to get some winter. I get winter here. So I know winter will be there. Okay. My pack of choice on this hike and many others is my Osprey Exos 58. I love this pack. It's solid. I like it. It weighs about 2.5 pounds. I've used this for the last couple of years, and it's got probably 2,000 or 3,000 miles on it. I don't know. It's got a lot of miles on it. But I like that pack. Okay, my tent, my shelter is actually the Big Agnes Copper Spur UL2. I like the space, granted, not the lightest tent out there, but not the heaviest either. This comes in at about 3 pounds with the poles and with the stakes. I like the comfort. I like the warmth, the protection. I like the space. I can set up my sleeping pad. At the bottom on one corner, I put my pack. It leaves a complete quarter of the living space, if you will, for me to sit it on a rain day, make my dinner, do my notes, whatever. I just like the tent. I'm happy with it. Okay, moving right along to my sleep system. So my sleep system, I am using the Thermarest Headwear Ultralight. Regular length, regular width, comes in at about 8 ounces, 4.2 R value. I'm happy with that. I've used it on the Colorado Trail. I've used it on the Bruce Trail here in Ontario, and as well as several overnight 1 and 2 night hikes. Great, love it. My sleeping bag is a 850 Fill Power Goose Down Patagonia long. I highly recommend a long bag. I'm 6'2" tall. This particular bag I can get in. My head is way in here. This all comes way over the top. I am as snug as a bug in a rug. However, this particular bag is only rated for comfort zone of 31 degrees Fahrenheit. That in itself may not be quite enough for a late February start on the Appalachian Trail. I'm backing that up with my Thermolite bag liner. Now this is rated at, I believe it's 8 degrees Celsius or 14 degrees Fahrenheit of additional warmth. I would imagine we'd half that to about 4 degrees Celsius and around 7 degrees Fahrenheit of additional warmth. And I think that will help a lot. So first time I've used that. Before that, on the Colorado Trail, many mornings I woke up and it was about -5, -6 degrees Celsius. The tent was frozen on the outside. And I was using this sleep system with just a generic lightweight liner that really didn't have much as far as insulation or warmth content is concerned, and I was fine. So I'm okay. This is a step up, and I'm okay with that. I use a Trekology inflatable pillow, 2.5 ounces. I am delighted with it. The only issue I have with this, and it has a strap, but it does not stay seated on my Thermarest AirPad. It just keeps coming off all night long, and I've got to figure something out about that. But apart from that, I'm delighted with it. My sleep system, not including my Thermarest sleep pad, all fit into the one stuff sack, and it works perfectly. Just awesome. Delighted with that. Am I concerned about the temperatures? Yes, I am. But you know what? from the visitor center, 40 miles in, I come to my first outfitters at Neal's Gap. If I need to, I can change out gear there if I need to. And by the way, the stuff sack that this all fits into then gets put in its own plastic compactor bag, just for extra moisture protection. So that is my sleep system, and I am happy with it. Well, for now I'm happy with it. Okay, let's take a look at some other gear. Footwear. You know what? I'm going to be using, starting out with a brand new pair of my Ultra Lone Peak 5.0s. Up to now I've gone up to the 4.5s. I haven't actually used the 5.0s yet. I have tried them on, I've walked around with them, I don't see any issues whatsoever. So I'm going to be happy, I think, starting out the trail with these shoes. I also use my Dirty Girl gaiters, ankle gaiters. Don't leave home without them. Hey, I just love those things. Moving on from the feet upwards, socks. I have one pair of a waterproof sock that I am most likely going to take with me. A little heavier, slightly heavier, but not bad at all. And they do a great job at keeping your feet dry. Backed up with two pairs of, in this case I'm using Smartwool socks. Icebreaker socks, not Smartwool. I do use some Smartwool and I also use Down Tough, but these are both Icebreaker. Merino wool, compositions, whatever. Keep my feet nice and warm. Love them. Also, a pair for sleeping in. On my lower part of my body, my legs, Mountain Warehouse, synthetic material, leggings. I like these. I've used them a lot. I use them right here. I was out yesterday hiking on about a 15-mile hike with around 3,000 or 4,000 feet of elevation gain in a heck of a lot of snow at probably, oh God, minus stupid temperatures. And I'm warm with these leggings and with my Marmot rain pants. These are a great lightweight rain pant. They have 3 pockets, one on the back, 2 on each side, all have zippers. Love that. The great windbreaker, great water protection. And with these leggings, it's surprising the cold temperatures I can hike in and still be quite comfortable on the legs. So I like this combination and I use this combination. Shorts, I use Matrix Quick Weave, lightweight shorts, quick dry weave, sorry. They dry very, very quickly. 2 pockets, 1 on each side, both pockets with a lightweight zipper. Love them. Moving up. What I'm wearing right now underneath all this is a merino wool tee, and I did want to show it to you. However, I'm wearing it and I'm not taking my coat off. So I have a merino wool tee as a base layer. On top of that, I'll go with the Arc'teryx lightweight SPF 50 hoodie. This can be used, this is lightweight, weighs like 6 ounces. It's about $100 Canadian, $75 US, Arc'teryx. It does a great job. It's got long sleeves, it's got its own hood, it's got the chin part that pulls up. It's great for sleeping in, it's great for hiking in, can be a base layer, can be a mid layer, can be a top layer. It's awesome, and I love that thing to death. On top of that, I will go with my Mountain Warehouse 600 fill Goose Down Poofy. Now this is a Featherlight Poofy. It weighs 5 ounces. And it's a 600 fill power, so it's not the warmest in the world. However, it's amazingly warm in conjunction with the wool tee, the Arc'teryx hoodie. This Poofy make a great combination. Now, speaking of combinations and speaking about layering, because I am a big believer in layering, I layer my rain gear on top of the Poofy. When needed, is my Outdoor Research Helium 2 rain shell. Super lightweight, about 5 ounces maybe. 1 pocket on the chest, that's it. Love this thing to death. It does a great job. Great windbreaker. It provides excellent protection over the layers that we've just discussed on the top. But I don't rely on it alone to keep me dry, I rely on two other things. The next being my Frog Togs Pro Light. Now, I have used the ultralight. I used it on the Colorado Trail, I used it on the Bruce Trail, and after about, let's say 1,000 miles of hiking, and I don't know how many encounters with trees and bushes, it did totally disintegrate. When I purchased that Frog Togs ultralight, it came with pants, which disintegrated immediately, but the jacket wasn't too bad. This time, I went to a slightly heavier product called the Pro Light. It's still super lightweight. It's ridiculously lightweight, but it's slightly thicker. Makes it a little bit more durable, and I think it's going to do just fine. And as you can see, layering my rain gear, it layers my windbreaking ability. Also, the combination of the merino wool tee, the Arc'teryx hoodie, the Mountain Warehouse down 600 fill down Poofy, the Outdoor Research rain shell, and the Frog Togs Pro Light top jacket, if you will, gives me great protection from the wind, gives me great protection from the rain, and it provides a ton, excuse me, it provides a ton of warmth. It's like great, and that is everything as far as the torso that I will be bringing. Something I am using that I've never ever used before or even contemplated, but I think I will on the Appalachian, because you know what, it's just a wet trail and I know it. I watch YouTube videos too. So this is my 6 Moon Design Silver Shadow trekking umbrella. Hey, and I am going to use this for the very first time. On my Osprey Exos 58, I have got bungee wraps, or bungee cords if you will, mounted on the strap, shock cords to strap this on, but I actually don't mind carrying it in one hand and a trekking pole in the other. I'm going to see how it works. I've never used an umbrella on trail before. I did want to this time. I knew that for the Appalachian, an umbrella could be amazingly useful. Okay, that is clothing. Hopefully I haven't forgotten anything in clothing. Now, headwear. Well, of course I bring a buff. But I have a really nice synthetic and wool blend toque. On my hands, I use the gloves that I'm using right now. These are a Hot Paws. I think they're called Hot Paws or Hot Pockets. By themselves, they're okay to about, 1 or 2 degrees Celsius, to about 36, 34, 36 degrees Fahrenheit. And they're okay if it's dry out, they're okay at that. Something I do use, these are super lightweight. They weigh literally nothing. They're liners out of a pair of mitts, the pair of mitts I'd had for years and disintegrated. But these make one of two things. They make a great second layer on your glove. But I'm primarily bringing these for sleeping in. If you want to keep your hands just that little bit extra warm on a night, it's almost like having down booties. It's having this like wool, lightweight, super lightweight mitt to sleeping. Now these, layering these in itself is really good protection from the cold. It really makes the glove itself that much more efficient. And if it's gonna rain or it's raining, then this hand then slips into the gear's waterproof mitt. Now, I am not gonna say it's waterproof. It's advertised as waterproof. I'm gonna say at best, it's well water resistant. Moisture will pass through there. I know this, but I have used these for a long time, and I've also noticed that they've worn holes in the thumb area, in this area here of the thumb. They work fine. They give you a little extra protection of warmth, and they do control a certain amount of moisture getting into your hands, into your gloves, because it's terrible when it's cold out there and your gloves get totally soaked. So this does delay that process from happening all day long. But I am looking at replacing these, and maybe when I get to Atlanta, to Sandy Springs at the REI, I'm going to look at what they might have for a waterproof rain mitt shell. So we're going to see how that works out. But generally speaking, that is what I will start with. For warmer weather, I have fingerless padded hiking gloves. They work just fine. Okay. One other item while we're talking about clothing or whatever, cleats, micro spikes, and so on. These are really aggressive, but they're heavy. They weigh almost a pound, but they will keep you stable on just about anything. Am I going to bring these? I don't want to carry the pound, but they're aggressive. They will work well. This is a micro spike. It weighs, a pair weighs like 4 ounces. Super light. Not quite as aggressive, not quite as effective at keeping you stable, stopping you from slipping on ice. But I'm thinking these are the ones I'm going to bring, simply because they're a quarter of the weight of those. So I'm thinking these are the micro spikes I will be bringing with me. Cook system, Jetboil stash. I got that for Christmas from my beautiful trail angel Joanne. She bought me that for Christmas. I think she got it on a Black Friday deal from Cabela's here in Barrie, Ontario. Super lightweight, super efficient, love it to death. It'll be great. I carry a Tupperware with my plastic spoon. All my meals, instant potatoes, freeze-dried meals, and so on, I prepare in here. My food bag is a Woods food bag. Now this one is a 20-liter, and it's a little bit bigger than I like to carry, but I just can't get the 15-liter anywhere. It has an air vent on the bottom. This thing works really good for keeping critters away. When you put your food in here and you roll it, all the air comes out of this vent. You squash it tight, close the vent. It's totally airtight. I've had raccoons, skunks walk over it, walk around it, and never detect it. Where people around me, they've had their food all trashed by the critters. But mine has never had an issue inside the Woods food bag. It's amazing, and I love it to death, so I'm taking that with me. Of course, 2 smart bottles, 1 liters, and then I have a smart bottle, a 600 ml smart bottle for my electrolyte water that fits on the strap, shoulder strap of my backpack. Pack cover, Osprey pack cover. My phone. I use the iPhone 11 Pro Max, glasses, and a pen in a little plastic bag, and that all fits into a black pouch that goes right on my hip belt. Also, I have a camera pouch right here where the GoPro Hero 8 Black that we're recording with right now, that's where it will live. My first aid kit, toothbrush, shaving, toothbrush, a little bit of soap. I will, even though I'm starting in February, for what it weighs and what it takes up, I will bring the bug net with me. I've got it, so I'll bring it with me. Water filtration. Oh, I know. I bitched about the Katadyn Be-Free, but I've learned a lot about the Katadyn Be-Free since I bitched about it. And on the Colorado Trail, when I was pulling my hair out trying to keep it clean, what I didn't realize was the water on the Colorado Trail is packed with minerals, and it just loves to clog up your Katadyn. And to get past that, you simply rinse your Katadyn Be-Free filter in demineralized water, and it works perfectly. And I didn't know that at the time. The actual filter is in the house. You can see how cold it is out here, so I didn't bring it out. That's where my filter lives, with a 1 liter pouch for catching and filtering water, and I am going to give the Katadyn Be-Free a second chance. Of course, wet wipes that I dry, and when I want to use them, I simply add a little water to them. No point carrying all that water when you don't need to. And of course, my bathroom paper. Thermarest sit pad, and I use FitLife carbon trekking poles 7.1 ounce per pole. I've used these for I don't know how many miles. About 2,500 miles I've got on these. I just replaced the tips not long ago, but I also noticed on the Colorado Trail, these tips broke almost at the beginning and I had no way of replacing them. So I hiked a lot of that trail without tips. And that really did chew away badly at the bottom of these carbon poles. I may have to replace these. They're not expensive. These come in at about 60 bucks Canadian from Amazon.ca or Amazon.com. All of this gear, when I travel from Ontario, Canada, from Toronto to Atlanta, Georgia, my pack loaded will fit inside this Sherwood hockey bag. This Sherwood hockey bag I picked up for $10 Canadian, about 7 bucks US, at a used store a month or so ago. When I get to Atlanta, Georgia, I will take my pack out of here, put it on my shoulders, and this will unfortunately be discarded. And it's a really good hockey bag, but it was only cost me a few bucks, and it's better, it's good insurance on looking after your gear for traveling in an aeroplane. If anybody wants a decent Sherwood hockey bag, meet me at the Atlanta airport on the 23rd at about 11:30 is when my plane arrives from Toronto. And you know what, Air Canada, you can have this bag, because I am just going to toss it if I can't find anybody that wants to use it. And it's a shame because it's a good bag. I fly on the 23rd. I get my COVID test on the afternoon of the 22nd here in Ontario. I leave to Toronto that day. That evening I'll spend the night at my daughter's house. And the next day I fly at 9 in the morning. I arrive in Atlanta around 11:30. I'm taking the Marder to Sandy Springs. I have a hotel booked for the night in Sandy Springs. I'll be picking up my gas at the REI. I will be getting a SIM chip card for my phone, my iPhone 11, maybe Verizon or AT&T. And I know there's an AT&T store right near the REI. Maybe that's where I'll go. I have an inexpensive hotel booked for the night in Sandy Springs. It was about 100 Canadian, say 75 US, $70 US. And the next morning, I will Uber. It's $77 for a Uber to the visitor center. Hey, I hope to be at the visitor center. I have registered, but get my little Appalachian Trail kind of tag. Do a final check of gear and start the trail, start the approach trail. You know what? Please like, share, comment, and do subscribe to my channel. And we'll see you guys out there. I'm looking so forward to meeting everybody on that trail. Jasper here. You know what? Whoa. Just out here, fingers are getting frozen silly. It's cold. It's cold. I'm just going to take a moment and just show you around here. You can see all the snow. Stand by. Welcome to my world. Welcome to my home. Oh yeah, this is the snow. I live in a modular home park, as you can see. This is my neighbor's home. My beautiful, beautiful big Christmas tree covered in snow. Oh, my beautiful garden. It's got about 3 feet of snow. And all behind where I live, all the snow. Hey, is there going to be snow on the Appalachian Trail? I'm pretty much sure there is, but it won't be my first day at the rodeo with snow, that's for sure. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.